Across and welcome into a very special guest joining us on the show to help us understand and break down those markets for us. We've got Jagannathan Tunganan, Equity Head of SMC Capitals Limited, joining us from Delhi, and we've also got Rajesh Jain, Market Strategist, joining us from our Mumbai studios. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon on NDTV Profit. Jagannathan, just to get started, what is the core India IPO looking like? Of course, very strong fundamentals, good cash reserves, valuations are very attractive. Everybody and anybody out there is pretty bullish on this one. What's your call? Are you pushing for this one?
Absolutely, and there is no reason why one should not. And it is one of those cases where if somebody is looking for stability, be it institution or HNI or retail, it should be there in that portfolio. And the sheer size and magnitude of the company, being the world's largest coal producer, very difficult to draw parallels with any peer, any other peer. But 14 to 15 times PE multiple for a monopoly play is a good valuation any given day. Plus, even from the going forward, it will have a lot of strategic significance in the Indian government policy making, because the company will be used for natural resource acquisitions globally. Because if any country wants to have any strong negotiability power and say in the global economics, it's very, very critical to have control on the natural resources. China has been trying it through several of their acquisitions globally. I think Coal India may be one such, and their prospectus clearly mentions that they are looking for acquisitions in Mozambique, that is Africa, which is very rich in natural resources. I think we may be witnessing historic in many proportions.
Well, what about you, Jagannathan? I believe you've got a contrary view on that one. You are seeing that the liquidity, there is pressure on liquidity on back of this much anticipated IPO that's finally happened.
Yeah, I would like to draw notice to one point that starting 1st September till date, there were about 16 IPOs. And if we add up the oversubscriptions of all the IPOs put together, till date, there was total investor demand to the tune of about 56,000 crores. That is, we are talking about good $12–13 billion. During the same period, the capital market went up by 12.5%. Probably that indicates primary market and secondary market can coexist. There is not necessarily that simply because of a lot of paper of the primary market that secondary market has to crash. I don't think so. This time, yeah, there are concerns, no doubt. If Coal India finds, let's say, big subscription, let's say, to running to the tune of, let's say, 1 lakh crores or something like that, there may be some drag, no two opinions. But however, that concern may be a little overstated. I believe the issue can fairly smoothly will go through, and whatever concerns that are there are appearing more like concerns before Commonwealth Games. As Commonwealth Games goes smoothly, even the Coal India IPO can be expected. If Commonwealth Games are an answer to Beijing Olympics, maybe Coal India IPO may prove to be answer to Chinese Agricultural Bank of China IPO.
Right, Jagannathan, of course, two views coming in on what that means for liquidity when you talk about the Coal India IPO. Jagannathan, but if I just pick on what you're making of the markets at this point of time, yesterday we breached that 6,000 mark, but an instant bounce back was seen, and we managed to close about that level by the time we ended trade. But what are you making of the markets? The last couple of weeks, we've ended consecutively in negative territory for the week. You've seen underperformances coming through. It's become more stock specific. How would you deal with the markets going ahead? Are we going to continue to see selling pressure at higher levels? Or is it going to be a buying opportunity at lower levels?
The markets have hit a psychological barrier of all-time high. So this almost every time happens whenever, whether the stock or the market comes close to the all-time high, there is bound to be a retracement that is get to be seen. And the Coal India liquidity concerns is also is causing a problem. Whether the Coal India sucks the liquidity out or not, that's a separate debate. But the concern that it may suck is really causing the anxiety. So I think these two put together, market may be seeing a little bit of disturbance. But as rightly said by Rajesh, that if that logic that liquidity sucking out can cause the market crash, today the market shouldn't have come back so strongly from afternoon. Probably the market will find its support. And moreover, even the put option sellers, if we say at 5,800, there is so much of open interest on the selling of the put options. One can assume that it may become a strong support at that level.
Rajesh. Jagannathan, what about you? Do you like this one? Are you impressed with their numbers? Would you be a buyer?
Yeah, I mean, the results have shown why L&T is L&T. I mean, a clear leader in the space and proven track record and so much of order book. So I believe it has makings of all the quality investment. And as far as valuations, it may not be cheap, and it's fairly valued. But as you would appreciate, in this kind of market, you would get to find this kind of stretch on the valuations, no doubt about it. Going forward, L&T Finance, their IPO of 700 crores, that could be one excitement that L&T stock may be awaiting to see, and also the banking license for L&T, that could be another area market will be keenly watching. These two areas can be next impetus for the next bounce. I believe one can be a buyer than being a seller on this stock.
Well, that's of course L&T. But Jagannathan, before we have to let you go, anything that you're advising investors on right now? Any stock-specific calls that you've got?
In fact, some event-specific things are happening. For example, we have discussed in the past on the channel that Binani Cement and Binani Industries delisting. At that time, indicated that Binani Industries appear to be highly undervalued because it is holding about 70% holding in Binani Cement, and Binani Cement with its 2,000 crores market cap, that translates Binani Industries intrinsic value at least about 1,400 crores. Even if we give some holding company discount, maybe 10-15%, the fair valuation may work out to something like 1,200 crores. That day, when we discussed it, the market cap of Binani Industries was to the tune of about 400 crores. Since that time, the stock has rallied all the way from 120 to 250 in a matter of just last 10-15 days. In the last 2-3 days, there was some correction because of as the stock rallied so strongly in the last 1 week to 10 days. But definitely the stock has some intrinsic value. Probably it has still some potential to go, maybe somewhere close to 300 rupees.
Well, that's Binani Cement and Binani Industries call coming in from Jagannathan. Well, that's all the time we have on the show. Thanks very much, Jagannathan and Rajesh, for joining us this evening on NDTV Profit. It's also all the time I have on the show. Thanks for watching. There's lots more programming lined up, so keep it with the channel.